Nobody wants to listen to a boring speaker. Not your boss, not your colleagues, not even your mum. But when you speak like this and you stay very flat and you don't change your voice at all, it's boring. And because it's boring, people will zone out. Even if you have something very significant to say, if you say it in a way that is mundane and monotonous, people won't give a shit. You see, sometimes you'll meet these people that they'll speak, and within 10 seconds, you have already decided you like that individual. You don't know what it is, you just like the vibe. And they bring something different to the table that other people don't. And it's something so simple. And that one thing is energy. Not only do they bring energy into their words, not only do they bring energy into how they say those words, but they also bring energy into how they make you feel. You see, communication is 7% of what you say. It is 38% of how you say it, and it is 55% in what you look like whilst you're saying it. Which means energy is a massive component of your communication. If you have bad energy, that is literally 93% of communication. Because you obviously create energy from the words you say, but you also create energy from the facial expressions that you make when you say it. If you have a monotone face and that expression is not matching what you're actually saying, your energy will start to seem off. And that goes into the first aspect to help with your energy, and that is your tonality. Tonality goes into 6 major categories. We have happy, sad, disgust, angry, surprised, and fearful. Now your aim when you're bringing your tonality into your speech is to match it. The expression on your face has to match the tonality in your voice. And if it doesn't, you will start to be misunderstood. That's why it's very important to sync these together. Imagine you've got a pay rise at work and you go to your mum, your dad, or your other half, and you go, guess what? I got a 30% increase in my pay today. And their reply is, that's amazing. Now, they are probably happy for you, but if they do it in a way that doesn't express happiness, it'll make you think, why have I even come to you? Why have I told you my news? You don't even seem happy about my news. But they are happy, it's just the tonality that they're expressing towards you. So they're getting perceived in a different manner. That's why it's so important to make sure they are in sync. Sometimes you can speak really high and sometimes you can speak really low. And you want your pitch to match your tonality as well accordingly. For example, if you are angry, you're not going to have a high pitch. You're going to have a low pitch. If you're surprised, you're not going to have a low pitch. You're going to have a high pitch. And it's the same thing. If it doesn't match accordingly, your energy will start to seem off. But also, if you keep your pitch the same throughout, it starts to get mundane and monotonous. You want to vary it up to keep it engaging. And one trick and drill that you can do so that you not only use tonality and incorporate that into your speech, but you also use your pitch is by reading children's books. I'm going to get one up. I'm going to get my favourite one up as a kid. And it was The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Now this book is very simple. The words and sentences are simple. If I read it in a boring manner, or if my mum read it in a boring manner, I would not want to listen to this book. But the way my mum read this book made me want to hear this every single night. And it's simple sentences. You're going to read children's books, but you need to over-exaggerate your energy because your default energy is here. You want to over-exaggerate up here because if you only go to here, your default is not really going to move. But if you over-exaggerate all the way up here, this will stretch your default and force you to go up. So then when you're in normal conversations or you've got a business presentation, your energy is automatically going up. Your default level is going to be higher because you're used to over-exaggerating your pitch and your tonality, which is your energy. So if you have your kid, use it. If you don't have a kid, practice. Practice for the future for when you do have a kid. Because if you read that book with no energy, they're not going to care. You need to bring these words alive. And if you can make a caterpillar exciting, you can definitely make a conversation or a business presentation exciting. I'll just show you a quick example, but you just really want to over-exaggerate everything. Play with it. On Monday, he ate through one apple, but he was still hungry. He started to look for some food. On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears, but he was still hungry. He started to look for some food. On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums, but he was still hungry. He started to look for some food. When you are reading these books, energy, pitch and tonality, and play with these tools. But make sure you over-exaggerate. If you do not over-exaggerate, your default level will never go up. And if your default level never goes up, you will carry on being misunderstood and you will carry on wasting opportunities that you could have grabbed if you brought energy into your conversations and your presentations. And if you want another way to build energy within your speech, there is a link below. Put your email in, and over 10 days, I will send you 10 tools to improve your energy with your speaking. And by building this energy, it will create more opportunities for yourself within business, within relationships, and within your social life. And also, YouTube is a smart individual, which means if you like this video, most definitely you will like this one too. So check that one out.